everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Plumbing the Death Star. I'm Joel.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm also Joel.
Plumbing the Death Star is a comedy pop culture podcast that asks the important questions. And Jackson, I'll let you take this one away because this is your question.
He's just been burning a hole in his brain.
Yeah, he's so excited to talk about it until we started introducing the episode, then he got scared.
Yeah, because
So Jackson, take it away. What's today's
Because
topic?
I said before we start recording.
What's today's topic?
Okay, does the gambler in Kenny Rogers the Gambler give you good advice?
No. Next question.
Because before we started recording, I said, hey.
Actually, no. You know what? Yes.
Oh,
does give good
now
advice.
a debate.
Okay, now a debate between Dusha 5 seconds ago and Dusha now.
No was the answer to if that was a good question. Yes is the answer to if
Okay.
it's good advice. But please talk us through your feelings to
Well,
why you want to get to the
my
bottom of this.
reading of the Gambler's lyrics.
I would love, and now I'm going to stop jumping down your throat after this sentence.
I don't
promise.
believe that.
I promise.
You haven't finished, you haven't fully finished a sentence yet.
Yeah.
I think your throat has been jumped down maybe 6 times.
Yeah, dude. Dusha's
And I'm going to stop doing it after this.
Okay.
Please include the example lyric that you had that was like really.
the one that was really
Yeah.
driving a hole in my brain. So in the song The Gambler is a story about a man on a train who meets another man who says, oh, give me some of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. And his advice, to my eyes, is just like what he says is you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yeah.
Now, to me, that is obvious advice. That's not profound.
I mean,
That's nothing. That's like if you said, hey, Jackson, can you give me some advice for playing basketball? And I was like, you got to know when, you got to get it in the net.
well, there's.
You're like, yeah, fucking
so-
no, dude, that's basketball.
So know
Yeah,
when to
but-
hold it, know when to fold it. It's basically just akin to being
let's
like,
use the
don't send good money after bad. It's basically a very
that's
succinct
poker.
way of saying
That's nothing new.
Jackson, if I said,
that's not
hey,
poker. That's just life advice.
got a bit of life advice for you, and using your basketball analogy,
Yeah.
hey, know when to shoot and know when to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, but that's.
If you've heard of the sunk cost fallacy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that see that
This
there's
guy
a
has
reason.
not given me enough good advice for me to be satisfied with the amount of whiskey I gave him. And then now he's also dead, and I have to deal with that, dude.
Well, because okay, let's go back to the advice.
Yeah.
because the advice is basically talking about it's a very simplified version of the sunk cost
Mm-hmm.
fallacy. It's just that in a sense of what is the sunk cost fallacy, right? You're like, oh, well, see, people tend to kind of keep sending good money after bad. So they make a bad decision.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I can get out of this. Kind of like, okay, so say you're in your mid-20s and you're about to be made redundant or fired from, say, you're a very good, cushy university job.
yes,
And you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
well,
I'm
I've started a podcast company.
Sans
there's a
Pants
little
Radio
side.
maybe could be the name of
yeah,
it.
and so what if
Could be a fun name for
and
it.
then what if we just kept, what if we just put all my eggs in this basket? And and the money that I got out, like the money that I earned, in the university, the payouts, et cetera. Well, I just put that into mics and tech and
Yeah.
computers, all those kind of things,
The equipment that you need to run a podcast studio.
and being like, well, this is my career now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I think starting a podcast network is the sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah.
And so
Putting
exactly.
good money after bad.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and so say you say something like that, right? And then it's like, well, you need to know when to hold them and when
Do you
to
think
fold
if you'd
them.
been on a train
Yeah.
and a guy had said, give me some of your whiskey, I'll give you some
Oh, yeah,
advice.
here's my whiskey.
And they said, you're going to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run.
It's 2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've called up everyone that works at Sandsworth Radio and said, you're fired.
Yeah. Hey, you know the thing we're doing? We're not.
Call it now.
Yeah.
We tried.
We're all young enough that we
Yeah.
can pivot into actual jobs.
Yeah.
The world is about to get worse, and our podcasts are only going to add to that.
Yeah.
It's that because we were for those who don't know, when we first started out, we were a university club basically.
That's
we were
true.
a little university sort of extracurricular thing,
And then-
it was very early on when I'm like, well, trying to research what the fuck is an RSS feed. I don't
Yeah,
know.
how does a
And then
podcast
this was like,
fucking work?
oh, we'll do a SoundCloud. SoundCloud seems to be what we're doing because you can there's X many hours and you can kind of do a bunch of different RSS feeds, et cetera, et cetera. And it's going to cost something like €600.
Yeah.
So if we all just put in, I want to say it was anywhere between, was it $25 or $50?
I
Or it
think
might
it
have been
was-
actually 20.
I think it was 20.
I think
it was 20
it's
bucks,
money, it was
dude.
a bunch of- it's
It
everybody
was, I believe it was $20 and you were putting in $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we all put in $20, that just covers that for the year basically. And one person went, no, I'm out.
One.
That's it. Yeah.
That person, he knew when to fold them.
That's true. That person is now living. I don't really remember who they were, but I would love to track them
Wasn't
down.
it multiple people? We lost entire shows that was like.
Yeah.
No, like we did. No, that was like much later. But that was it. The one
It happened
person.
twice?
Well, no, they were just like
We just lost shows. Do you remember that
People
girl
were
that was like, I'm going to do a surfing podcast? She was there for one meeting.
There was one
Bring
person.
her back.
They were like, "Oh, I want to do like a music podcast,
Yeah.
and I'm going to interview a band." And I'm like, "That's great. How many? Okay, how many people in the band?" They're like, 8.
Yeah.
And I went, "Okay."
We don't have that many
Oh,
microphones.
no, we did. It's at a
damn.
proper studio, and I was like, "You sure? All 8?" And they went, "Yeah." And I went, "Okay," and I set it up because at the room at the time we weren't really like this what you see before you.
Yeah, very
were
true.
It was I was a university teacher, so it was very much a like, well, hey, this is a very fun learning experience because I could tell them, hey.
That's
Don't
too many
interview 8
guys.
people.
I wonder what
First
that-
off, it's
Yeah.
gonna be confusing.
Yeah.
Second,
Yeah.
you're gonna drown.
That's 9 voices, you understand.
So it's going to be very muddied in the edit, and it's going to be very confusing for yourself trying to And look, again, I think that was probably a very good learning experience
Yeah.
because after that, it went nowhere.
Yeah.
See, no, they knew when to fold.
Yeah, that's
They knew
true.
when to walk away. That's pretty good advice.
But do you think it's enough?
So, have you, when you picked this topic, and this
Yeah.
is something I need to
I knew
ask.
I want to say, listeners.
No, that's
Before
not
we
the question.
started this, I said, I brought up, I was like, what about this for a topic? And the boy said, you're an idiot, go to hell, fuck you, I hope you die. Shut up. Zamet kicked me in the legs.
Yeah.
They just slapped me about the face.
Yeah.
I said you're lucky you don't have a dog because I'd go put it down.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, maybe we don't have to do this one because I'm just going to get yelled at. And they said, no. And then we started recording and now here I am.
Well-
fighting for my fucking life.
No, you pitched it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
We gave you kind of nothing, and then you pushed
You
it.
said,
and
let me
said,
find exactly what you said. Let me find exactly your reply.
Uh-huh. And then, yeah. When
And
you
now
find,
the people will see who the real idiot is.
and then I want you to. Okay, so when you find my reply, I want you to talk about what happens in the conversation after that and how often I bring up the gambler from that point onwards.
Here's the conversation. Okay, so Dusha references the fact that in an episode of the Weekly Planet they are playing Austin Powers music off their phone. Okay, I say, ha, that's a good bit.
It was a
Also,
good bit.
we
Shout out
should
to
do-
James and Mason.
Shout out to James and Mason. I say we should
fun.
do a plumbing on Kenny Rogers the Gambler. Is that worthwhile advice? The Gambler. Dusha then asks if Studio B will be out of action the following week.
Oh, okay, so I'm very excited
And
about
then-
this topic.
Then, also, let's do an episode about the Gambler. So that,
That
to
was
me,
from JD. Okay,
that was JD.
Yeah. And then I
Zamet's
pitch
the
in-
next message from Zamet. Nope, the carpet is being ripped up.
Yep, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Then there's a lot, I'll tell you what, a lot of admin.
About trying to figure out when to record because our studio is out
And
of
then
action.
I will admit, it's never brought up again.
And then in real life,
Yes.
last week, you said, I've been thinking about how, like, you said exactly what you did at the start of this episode.
Yeah.
You said, know when to hold him, when to fold him. That's just poker. That's not good advice.
Yeah.
And then you did it again just before. And I
Yeah.
was like, no, okay, let's do the episode. Because what you said you looked at the lyrics.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the lyrics?
Yes, dude. You gotta know when to hold him, know when to fold him, know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Yeah.
Never
Sorry.
count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll
Yeah.
be time enough for counting
Okay, so
when the dealing's done.
That is
Yeah.
the chorus.
Yes.
Have you looked at the lyrics outside of the chorus?
Which bits?
Any
Yes.
at this point.
Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what their cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So he's already talking in poker analogies straight off the bat.
Yeah.
And then it makes sense. The whole song makes sense. Like, yeah, all advice is obvious.
I don't think that's true.
Hey,
What do you mean?
invest in good stocks.
Yeah, that's not useful advice.
What kind of advice would you? What do you?
I mean,
what
no
do you
one's
think?
ever given you
If
useful...
I'm sitting on the
Give
train.
us, yeah, actually, let's give an example.
yeah,
What's
yeah.
good advice?
I'm
Just
on
one bit of good advice.
I'm on a train.
Yeah.
I got a good bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
And I clearly have got no aces in my eyes or whatever the lyric is. And you like, oh, give me some whiskey and
Yeah.
I'll give you some advice. I go, no worries. I pour you a shot. I pour myself
Yeah.
a shot, and we cheers. What is your advice?
My
to
advice
me?
would be this. Okay, when you cook a chicken,
Yeah.
okay, like a chicken breast in a
Yeah.
steel pan,
Okay.
okay, don't waste the fond at the end. Put a bit
yeah.
of butter and a bit of stock in
Yeah,
there.
scrape that up.
And scrape it up. You'll make a delicious pan sauce.
That's not advice.
That's actionable advice.
No,
You
but
can
that-
take that away.
That's a
Fucker.
recipe.
No, that's a tip.
Yeah,
That's a cooking tip.
that's advice.
No.
Yes.
No.
Hey, you know what?
If I was like, hey, I need advice on how to cook a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You
That
just
would
asked
be
for
advice.
general advice. You
We're
had
just
no
moving on from
specific.
Mr. Chukin over there.
I like saying chocolate. It's fun.
Ah, okay, it was
I thought it was
intentional.
a fuck up too.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Sorry,
It's some
boys.
quirky shit that's going on over there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Sometimes it's good to say things wrong.
Yeah, I guess.
I just think if I was on the train,
Yeah.
I'm getting off the train,
What
right?
is good advice?
I'm watching the gambler
Okay, no, no,
stand
no.
at the
Okay,
window.
okay. You give me that chicken advice.
Okay.
And I'm like, can't. I'm a chef. I know this.
Well, I didn't know that.
Well,
okay?
that's pointless
my
advice.
Spit out that whiskey.
Yeah,
or I'm
give
gonna
it back.
beat it out of you.
Give it back.
folly. I'm pressing that on the train. Please, this man is threatening me.
Also, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know what
Maybe
the-
it's a metaphor. Maybe this
It's not.
chicken bullshit's a metaphor.
No,
then
'cause
it's
he-
even less helpful.
No, because Jackson's good advice can't be a metaphor or an analogy because that's what he hates.
Yeah.
Because the gambler actually does give really good advice. According to piece of shit website Google, do you know what the most famous good advice is?
What's that, dude?
Be kind.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's more actionable than what the gambler's giving you.
What the gambler's saying is way more detailed and helpful than that. He's saying
it's pretty like again you're
It's
using
layered.
metaphorical like advice
you
there.
fucking
Are
read
you-
books.
If
Moby Dick's
I-
not about a man trying to kill a whale.
If I was on the train, the gambler's dead at the window, I'm watching the train go away. I go, I should tell someone
His
about
death
that.
is also poignant.
He died. In what way? In what way is the gambler's death poignant in Kenny
He
Rogers
says-
the Gambler?
He says, hey, every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best you can hope for is to die in your sleep.
That's crazy that he then dies in his sleep.
Yeah, but like
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
it's emphasizing such great advice to die.
He
in
says,
your
hey,
sleep.
life sucks, and in the end, we all go to hell, and
Yeah.
the best thing
well,
you can
no,
hope
it's
for...
like life sucks, but life is good. But
Yeah.
anyway, hey, I want to die in my sleep.
Yeah, and then he fucking does.
The moment he says, and the best you can hope for is to die in your sleep, and then he falls asleep against the window, I'm like, I gotta wake this man up because he's about to die
Also,
in his
in
sleep.
The Gambler, Kenny Rogers acknowledges that it's good advice. Like, the character that gets told the advice is
Yeah.
like, sees the man die and is like, fuck, that was good advice.
Well, he's an idiot.
What?
To my mind, he's an idiot.
I just don't see why it is bad advice. It is general advice, but it's seen as it is basically being like, hey man, you got to take stock of your life, know when you're
Maybe
making
it's bad advice
decisions.
for Poco. What do we think about that?
It's good advice. But what do you?
It's
It's
the
even
rules of
better
poker.
advice.
That's what I mean. It's not bad advice, just worthless advice.
It's not.
Are you just gonna pick a stance until this song stinks? Here's what we want to talk
Well,
about.
we have to do an episode. So we're gonna remember that, boys. We're like what, 20 minutes in?
I'm
Well,
just.
then it's basically the fucking episode,
If I
isn't it?
fold, imagine a world. Okay, fuck it. Let's peel the curtain back. Imagine a world where I fold on this. I go, oh fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Well, no, there's heaps
What
of...
do we do?
There's heaps of pivots. Then we could go into a ring. You want to peel back the curtain? You want to talk meta?
Yes.
Meta plumbing the Death Star? You say, oh, fuck, and you're honest for the first time in your goddamn life. And you go, you know what? Now that I've been pointed out the bigger scope of the lyrics, that is good advice. And then we could, okay, couple of things. We could try and figure out what songs are bad advice. We could say, would it be funny if the gambler picked a different game. Hey, roulette, where's the ball or
Yeah.
whatever? Is that good advice?
Or he starts talking about Monopoly. You be
Yeah.
like,
All right, well, let's pivot there.
I didn't want to jump down your throat, Jack, because
Yeah.
honestly, look, you're competent and you make it hard sometimes.
Yeah.
It's hard to be your friend.
I have no
I'm-
restraint. Someone has to do it because if I step back,
Yeah,
then no
look.
one's doing it, and you're not a man that deserves to walk around life with no one jumping down your throat.
So I'm like, look, like, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's give you let's give you an inch and you take a mile.
Yeah. Well, why would you give me the inch?
Exactly.
If you're gonna give me the inch, dude, I'm gonna keep pulling.
But yeah, bro, it's just like clearly it's
Obviously, I understand on a broader level. Okay, let's peel back the sausage, as they say. On a
Let's
broader
peel the
level,
sausage, all right.
Of course. It's life advice. It's valuable, but I thought it was funny. As a bit of poker advice. To me, it just seems like you're
No.
explaining how poker works.
Now you're using meta to change the fucking goalpost because that's not how you felt before we started hitting record.
That's true.
You're full of shit. You're trying to turn the audience on us.
I'm just trying.
I'm gonna kill you.
Just trying to steer this ship somehow.
He tried to steer it in a way that I don't respect.
I know, but the moment he puts his hand on the yoke of the boat, you don't respect that. Full stop. That's
Not
the
my boat
problem.
to steal.
The moment he goes, I never actually thought it was bad advice. I just wanted to do a fun little
I just
podcast
thought
where
it's-
I would pretend that it's
Yeah.
I just
Why
think
not
it's...
pretend it's good advice?
I was trying. I was doing my best.
Well, okay, so again, we'll go with so again, right. So the advice the person gives.
Yes.
It's generic advice, and it is the rules of poker, but it's a bit more in depth, and it's basically your tips of playing poker.
I don't think it's
because if for someone who's never played poker before, you're kind of like, okay, I need to pay more attention.
So you
to what
think
I'm
if you
doing.
went after this,
Okay,
you
I
went to
don't
a
know,
poker game.
Let's go. Okay, I've never played poker in my life.
okay.
I'm like, I am stupid.
You've
So
never
when-
played poker in your life, and you think somebody saying you're gonna
Yeah,
know when to fold
hey.
them, know when to hold them is worthwhile
I am
advice?
a very stupid man.
Okay.
I have whiskey. And I'm like, give me some
gonna
advice.
scam this guy
And
out of some whiskey. This guy's
so
a
he gives me
moron.
this advice, and I'm too stupid to realize it's a metaphor. So give me the
You gotta know when to hold them.
Yeah.
You gotta know when to fold them.
Yeah.
You gotta know when to walk away.
Yeah.
You gotta know when to run. Oh.
Hey, you know what? He's missed a bit because there's the intro to that.
Because what other like poker advice
So-
is he giving me?
He's straight away, the lead into the advice is if you're going to play the Game Boy, you got to learn to play it right.
Okay. I'm here to learn.
You've got to know when to hold them.
I'll sit down and listen. Yeah.
You've got to know when to fold them.
Yeah.
You got to know when to walk away and know when to run. Never count your money while you're sitting at the table because there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Okay. So I got to all right. So don't worry about the money at the table if I'm either losing or winning or whatever, because I need to just focus on the game itself.
Yeah.
And I got to know, hey, when am I having a good hand, when am I having a bad hand, all this kind of stuff. All right, okay. This is
Honestly-
some pretty decent general advice about playing poker.
I'm very intrigued by the line. You gotta know when to walk away and know when to run. Because does he mean sometimes you gotta be like, you know what? I'm gonna fold. Okay, I'm not winning this round. And sometimes you gotta be like, I gotta get out of here.
Well, I figure that one is okay, I've learned how to count cards, and I can see the security over there. They're going to come and break my leg, so I need to just grab my chips and goodbye,
So long.
everybody.
Thank
And
you,
I gotta
everybody.
get the hell out of
Hey,
Dodge.
thanks so much for having me. Good night.
Yeah.
And then I will say the gambler repeats his advice too. He says, you gotta know when to hold him, know when to fold him. And then he says the same advice again the second time, where he says, every gambler
sometimes,
knows
Jackson,
the secret to surviving, know when to
some-
throw away, know what to keep. That's the same advice. The gambler.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when it comes to advice and actionable advice here is when you're often doing something that you want people to pay attention to, you got to say it 3 times.
Yeah.
So initially you're saying the same thing, you say it once, and then you got to say it again, and then usually by the 3rd time you say it, it generally sticks in people's brain.
He also
Hence
only
why it's
gives-
hey, if you want to send us an email, you go here and you repeat it 3 times. You want to send us you repeat things 3 times.
It's
That's
also-
the kind
He
of
repeats it twice. Fucks up there
marketing.
then.
Well, you walked away.
Actually, no, here's the thing.
He dies.
Yeah, he doesn't repeat it. The second chorus is after he dies.
Oh,
his hair is a thing.
so it's not
He's
him
remembering
giving that advice.
But in his final words, I found an ace I could keep, and then he thinks about what just was said to him. Because the advice is actually the last thing the gambler says. And then he dies.
So Wait, no. So the chorus is him talking. The chorus
Okay.
is the gambler talking, right?
Chorus happens.
Verse 4.
Verse 4, he has lines because
Yeah,
every hand's a
that's
winner
what I
and
mean.
every
Verse
hand's a
4
loser.
is a
The best-
repeat
The
of
last, yeah.
he goes, you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
No, the chorus.
Right?
It goes verse 3.
Yeah.
This is good. This is good podcasting.
Oh
Verse,
yeah.
verse 3.
Yeah.
You're going to play the
Yeah.
Game Boy. You got to learn to play it right.
Useless advice. Means nothing, but go on.
Chorus.
Uh-huh.
Verse 4 after the chorus.
Yeah.
Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep, because every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best you can hope for is to die in your sleep. Verse 4.
Yeah.
He dies.
Yeah.
Verse 5, not a chorus.
No, I know.
Chorus doesn't happen until after verse 5, where he's dead.
Chorus happens before verse 4.
Maybe
You
Jackson.
son of a bitch.
Maybe
No.
Jackson was right in that we shouldn't have recorded this episode.
Jackson.
Maybe this was one of those bad ones.
Yeah,
I'm
Jackson.
pretty sure, like last week when I was like, we should record an episode of plumbing, and I was like, what we should do? I'm like, we should do one of them good ones.
Yeah.
We didn't do one of them good ones.
Oh yeah, you said.
I said, hey,
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
do one of them good ones.
Yeah. Well, we did,
didn't.
because the most recent
Oh,
episode we recorded
one
after that was great.
Yeah. You're right.
When you told me that there's nothing to this episode, I said, okay, we can do something else. And you both said, no. Because in your mad brains, you thought, oh, it's like an hour of yelling at Jackson in this. Clearly not.
No, I don't know there's much here, boys. Not gonna lie. I think this
Okay,
is a,
well,
look,
let's-
hey, I
let's-
just think it's a very simple thing of like the advice here is it's simple,
Yeah.
but it is like it can be poignant, and it is kind of like with most advice that is
Hey.
also metaphorical. It's you take what you want out of it.
Yeah.
Yes, JD.
Hey, you know when to walk, know when to run.
Yeah.
It's time to do a different episode mid-episode. What if the Joker was the mayor of...
Go on.
What's a good episode?
Great question. What is a good episode? Perfect question. Okay. All right.
What
so
is
we-
the
hey,
most
everybody-
meta episode of Plugging
Welcome
the
to
Death
the
Star?
Plug of the Death Star. We asked the very important question: what makes a good episode?
Okay.
Okay, so now,
Organic riffs, which were off to a really bad
yeah,
start
I was about to
with.
be like organic riffs.
Yeah.
Generally, I think that's really good. Like often when we're like
Memorable?
memorable.
I think the
memorable's
premise.
great.
I think the premise doesn't have to be good to get a good episode.
That's true.
I don't think you need to have a winning. The episode question doesn't need to be funny
That's true.
to have a good episode.
But it obviously
Okay,
needs to
how
be...
about this?
It needs to
Okay.
be interesting.
Okay, how about this? This does need to be interesting, but what about instead of going from like what makes a good episode?
Yeah.
Well, that's again, it's a very much like maybe it's a bit, it's hard to quite pin down
hard to
right now.
quantify.
But what is a bad episode?
Oh,
So
but
this. I think a bad episode is one, and we learned this lesson very early
Yes.
on. A bad episode is one where the answer is yes or no.
Yeah.
Now, how do we open this episode? Now, I'm pretty sure a certain Dusha went both yes and then no.
yeah.
I went no,
Sorry,
then yes.
I apologize. I apologize.
yes. Yeah.
So that
Oh,
makes
we've
a
done that
bad
before, I
episode.
will say.
yes?
Yeah.
We've done that before and it's been fine because then we expanded it. The problem is that we expanded it, which
Yeah.
then led straight back to the yes, it is good advice.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when those things, after we already learned that lesson,
Yes.
usually we're like, well, this is a yes or no question, but there's enough there that we can expand out and we give reasons why.
Yeah.
This was not that episode.
No,
this
no,
was
no.
a no, and I'm mad at Jackson episode.
This
Which is a
episode-
shame because often being mad at me leads to a great
I think the
episode.
problem with the Gambler
Yeah,
is,
please.
I was familiar with the whole song where you'd really latched onto the chorus.
Well, I think what happened here, and it's good to dissect the episode. This is sort of an episode autopsy.
this is the,
Mid-episode autopsy.
this is the talking plumbing the Death Star.
yeah.
Plumbing the Death Star.
Yeah,
Plumbing the Death Star. Okay, here's what I
Star.
think happened: is that I had a riff in mind, okay?
Oh, no!
which is always a mistake.
Oh.
which is always a
Bad,
mistake.
especially for JD.
Yeah, because
Especially for JD.
I thought you were gonna follow me down the riff of, well, let's imagine this advice. Oh, maybe, obviously it's a metaphor, but maybe it's a bit of poker advice.
Yeah.
It's kind of empty, it's kind of meaningless. I thought we'd also find it funny that he dies in his sleep. That's up our alley.
Yeah,
a
that's
guy
fair.
saying the only thing that you can counter is dying in your sleep and then dying in his sleep. That's funny.
Well, should we try again? Right?
Hey, it's like when you know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Good money after.
Well, maybe we're about
This is
to...
to me, big. We should walk away.
Wow.
Good riffs off the bat.
Wow. I mean, we've tried. Maybe maybe it is
Yes.
bad
Well, no,
advice.
we
No,
just-
because this will prove that it's bad advice. If we can do it again now, real quick, and just save the episode.
Okay.
right.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, everyone.
From the top.
And then if this goes good, then the advice was bad, and I was wrong in
And
the
then
first
Jackson
half,
was right.
and
And
I
Jackson
was
was
proved
right.
right, okay.
But then if this last part sucks, Joel Zammett was right, the gambler was right, and I should die in my sleep.
Okay.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Plumbing the Death Star Comedy I'm Joel.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm also Joel.
And today we're asking the question, is the advice the gambler gives in the Kenny Rogers song, The Gambler, good advice?
Okay, so the advice that the gambler gives, because he's a guy's on a train, he's got some whiskey.
He's,
says
he's an
kind of
old
like-
drunk,
Okay,
maybe?
so and
And
he
he's
says,
just like,
"Oh, you're drinking some whiskey?
Oh,
Can I have some whiskey,
over there.
dude?
Ooh."
Can I have some whiskey? And I'll give you some advice," which is never good. Nobody
Yeah.
should. Anybody says, "I'll give you some advice."
It's akin to when someone's
gonna be
like,
bad.
it's like, hey, I have no money. I want to drink, but I got no money. But can I pay for this in a poem?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
can I pay for this in a song?
Can I pay for this in a yeah? In
And
a
I
song?
wanna
People still
die.
do that?
I wanna
Yeah, I've
die
seen it happen in
inside.
real life, dude.
If someone said I'd pay for this with
I
a
saw
poem,
somebody. It worked, and then the person.
I'd probably give them my phone. Here you go.
Do you want my phone and pants? I saw somebody. He says somebody I know. They paid for a drink with a poem, and then they,
Wait, paid a bar?
yeah.
That's
but
fucked
hear the
up.
whole story, because then we went back like 2 months later, and we were like, "Where's that guy that we paid with a poem?" And the guy at the bar said he's been fired. And I hope that was the reason. In
You
many
know
ways.
what? Like, if I'm working at a bar and I am not the bar owner and I do not care, yeah, whatever. Pay with a button. I don't give a shit.
If I'm about to be fired
I think,
for other things,
respectfully to the arts,
Mm-hmm.
if someone tried to pay me with a poem at a bar I worked at, I'd be charging them double, or alternatively, giving them a fake drink.
yeah.
Charging him double as in 2 poems.
I'll be taking
Yeah.
2 poems. Thank you very
Here's your
much.
drink. That'll be 2 poems, idiot.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, got your ass. Yeah.
At what point is the amount of poems like worth?
Worth a drink?
Yeah, so like if you
Okay.
do an hour of, I guess it would be however many poems you can do in it. You
If
know what I
someone
mean?
gave me a full poem book that they'd written, like even just like a little journal, provided it wasn't just loose sheets of paper,
yeah,
that's probably worth one drink.
yeah, I would say that's fair. Like a
as in,
small
it's-
poem
so, like,
booklet.
printed, or they wrote all these.
They're happy
by
to write
hand?
it. I mean, look, I
Yeah.
like the aesthetic of an absolute lunatic's journal.
Yeah.
So if someone handed that over, I'm like, I'm gonna read this, and either it's gonna be deeply upsetting because it's depressing, but in a damn, they thought this was insightful way, or this is gonna be a crazy read and it's gonna be depressing.
It's gonna
but
be
in
like a manifesto.
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna find out that there's bombs scattered throughout the city and Project Mayhem's happening.
Oh no! Then you got some onus to do something about the bombs
No.
too.
If you've got a
Fair enough.
look, this could be controversial, but I
Yeah.
think that if like, are you equally responsible for the Zodiac killings if you get given
Me?
given a Zodiac puzzle?
If the
Am
Zodiac,
I given the Zodiac puzzle, or am I given the Zodiac cipher?
If the
Because if I
Zodiac,
got the cipher, that is a little bit on me to not do something.
the Zodiac killer gives you his cipher in exchange for a drink.
Okay.
And then you don't know what it is. You go,
Okay.
this seems scary.
I think why the
what
onus
do they say when they're like, can I please pay for a drink in a cipher? And I'm like, okay.
what?
Or like, can I pay for like in a poem?
Yeah.
And they hand me a cipher, and I'm like, the fuck is
I think
this?
What
Yes,
if
I
what,
think-
what okay, what if
Or
they
like,
said
I am the Zodiac killer. Here is my cipher.
no, that's
and
a
I have
little
drink.
different.
And I'm gonna be like, sure, here's a drink.
Yeah.
Here's the keys to the bar. I have to go now. You stay where I can see you. Don't follow
I think I'd be
me.
like,
what was the Zodiac killer's
What about
murder
him?
style?
He did many different murders. That's
Yeah.
what makes him so crazy.
It's also like one of the theories that maybe it wasn't one guy.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
no Zodiac killer.
Except that
There
that
were, like,
guy, I mean,
4 guys, 5 guys.
I believe the 5 guys. Yeah, they killed guys and then they made burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
no,
they
I
only use
choose-
peanut oil.
I choose to believe that the Zodiac killer was that guy that was posting on IMDb, being like, "This movie stinks."
Me too, dude. That's my
This movie
belief as well.
stinks because I've killed heaps of guys, and I would never kill a guy this style.
I don't know what I'd do if I was at a bar and somebody is like, here's my cipher, I'm the Zodiac killer, and then took the drink and just started heading off into the crowd. Because, like, I don't know if I believed them. The onus, I guess, is
I'd
on
look
me to.
through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'd who?
Get my fingerprints on every
Oh,
page.
I feel at that point it'd be making kind of like a mental note of like, okay, what is the time? Do we have security cameras just in cases?
Yeah.
And
Just
then
in
be just
case-
like, just make sure that we just don't delete that footage.
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
have it there.
I probably
and
wouldn't-
then maybe like, okay, whom's do I go to for like, hey, a random person at the bar gave me this thing. They said that was like the Zodiac cipher. What I
Yeah.
do? I guess I would post it to Reddit
Yeah.
and like see, and then someone.
Watch it get downvoted into oblivion. You're like,
yeah, but
damn
then-
it.
yeah, but
Real
like-
Zodiac. But the Zodiac Killer was operating in like the 1960s.
Well, yeah, an old man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, or like, hey, my dad was a Zodiac killer. Here's his cipher.
you should tell someone
I'm
about
telling
that.
you. Give me a drink.
I'm a bartender.
Give me a drink for it. You want the fame? Give me a drink.
Yeah, obviously I want the fame.
Yeah, kiss.
Do you think if
Gives
you
me
met
a-
the son of the Zodiac Killer, you'd be a bit scared he was also serial killer? Like if the son of the Zodiac
Yeah.
Killer, they give you the drink and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you're
yeah,
wrapping
yeah,
up
yeah,
in the
yeah,
bar and they're
yeah.
like,
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give you a drive home.
Oh, yeah, no, yes. I would have think
Yeah,
I'm
me
going to
too.
get murdered, of course.
I think it runs in, it's genetic.
Murder's genetic.
Murder's genetic, dude.
Son of Sam. Sam.
Yeah, famous serial killer Sam.
That's how
Dad
that
of
goes,
Sam.
Dad of
right?
Sam, yeah.
Yeah, dad
Dog
of-
of Sam. He was
Yeah.
the guy who had a dog that talked to him. That was son of Sam.
Dogs aren't genetically related to you.
This dog was.
Oh, that's sad.
That is
also, wasn't
sad.
that just like it was a lie? As in, like, he
Could
was just
be.
like, I'm just bullshitting just because they don't get like plead inside.
Yeah.
It might have been. I don't
Anyway,
know.
yeah, if the Zodiac Killer said, I'd like to pay with the journal, and they gave you that, and the cipher was in that, I reckon you're in the clear. If they said, hey, here's
Yeah.
my cipher,
Yeah.
and then did nothing with it, not in the clear.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but I mean, the only thing you'd be fighting is your own conscience.
Well, that's true.
No
But
one
if someone
knows.
gave me like a psychotic journal, and like it would be like, oh yeah, whatever. I would maybe show like my good friends, and like if showing enough people, and they were like, hang on a second, who gave this to you? And I'm like, what
John
do you mean,
Zodiac.
some guy?
Yeah.
And then they're like, this is
Zane Odiak.
you know, yeah, because like.
Dr. Zane Odiak.
Because, like, yeah, if you don't know much about the Zodiac Killer, like, you would just think, this is a crazy person gave me this journal.
Yeah.
And you're not adding one and one together here. Whereas if someone is like, dude, that is, like, those is very similar to the Zodiac, like, killer, the writings there. Then you
Then
look
you
at
got
them
some
and be like,
onus to
oh, shit.
give it to a
at
newspaper
that
or
moment in
something.
time, well, I'd you'd try and be like, okay, cool. I'll wear it in Australia, so it'll be hard to.
Yeah,
go to, like,
well, yeah.
Oh, you
Who
were
was the,
yeah. You ate the baby.
I figured it out.
So, yeah, it's.
The dingo comes in and gives you a manifesto. You're like, fuck.
Fuck, dude. Can we send the dingo to jail?
And if I need to know about, like, dingoes, is that those dingoes' babies will also be serial killers.
They're going to eat other babies' babies.
Yeah. I gotta eat the dingo's babies before they can eat another human baby. I'm the smartest man alive.
Babe, I just finished work. You would not believe a stingray came in and paid with his manifesto to kill Steve Irwin. It was crazy.
He's what?
Are we unwell?
Yes. Yes, deeply, dude. Deeply.
we have really lost the plot.
I think I would.
Wait, are we meta plumbing now? Or is this
Do I still work at a bar?
I'm confused.
I'm
dude.
thinking about
Is
if I
this
was.
in the riff? Or are we out of the riff?
No, it was
now?
in the riff. It was in the riff.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
okay.
This is the loosest ship we've ever sailed, boys.
yeah.
I keep thinking if I was a serial killer, because
Yeah.
we don't give serial killers names anymore. Like
Yeah,
we've stopped.
because
Well, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
But yeah, it's smart because you don't
You're not
glorify it at all.
glorifying any.
But
yeah,
I
Also
think-
because, like, anytime a serial killer, because you end up with situations where it's like, oh, that's a cool sounding name. You look it up, it's like, oh, this is the most depraved shit of all time.
yeah.
But I
yeah.
think you'd be kind of pissed off today if you were out serial killing and they didn't give you a name. Like I think I would want a name if
Well,
I was going to be a serial
I feel
killer.
like that they're gonna give them names that are just because I mean, like, even when recently, a lot of the time names have come from
like the area.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the Creek Killer. Craig
Pretty
of the
generic.
Creek.
Craig the Creek Killer. I think what I wouldn't.
Mr. Craig the Creek Killer.
Where did they get Craig? That would piss me off. Opening up the newspaper and they're like, Mr. Craig is killed again. I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Well, it's because you killed near the creek. So we just assumed your
Like
name was
Craig of the Creek, the
Creek,
children's
yeah.
show. I think I'd have to send in an anonymous letter.
No, my name's Anthony.
No, but I would, to try and avoid suspicion, I would write it like it was not me and it would be really obvious. Hi, just a concerned citizen Why are you calling him Craig when that might not be his name?
Yeah.
Mr. Craig?
It's not. Yeah, it wouldn't. It doesn't even, his name doesn't even probably start with a C.
Yeah, it probably starts with a J.
Yeah.
It's probably something generic like Jackson.
Yeah. Like a cool name,
Yeah.
like Jackson.
And the surname's probably something like Bailey, I would guess.
Like, and even if his
maybe.
name was Jackson, you're not going to call him Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
You call him by his last name, like Bailey, Mr. Bailey.
Yeah.
Like that's a good sounding name.
Creek Killer is fine. You
Yeah.
can keep that.
Yeah, I reckon he would like that.
Yeah. I think you wouldn't want something like Man Killer. Nothing too generic, you know? You want something that makes you sound like a bat.
Man killer. Like I'm a fucking shark.
I don't know.
By the laziest journalist in the realms.
I just think, yeah, you
Man killer.
Well-
Hey, Jenkins, we didn't name the new serial killer. What have you got? Man killer?
You're fired.
But he's killing men.
Yeah.
Come up with something better.
Christ.
That's the definition of murder. You might as well call him Mr. Murder.
Well,
Mr.
Mr.
Murder
Murder.
himself.
that I'd be
I
pleased
mean,
with.
AFI have a song called Miss Murder.
If I saw that in the paper, if I said Mr. Murder is killed again,
Mr. Murder. Like,
Oh.
who are you to be called Mr. Murder?
Well, that's why
like
it's such
you
a good
You
one.
like it invented that thing. You're so good at it.
I think
if
I
I
could-
was a competing serial killer, I'd be miffed. I'd be so cut
how
at you.
dare he,
How
Mr.
the fuck-
Murder?
Mr. Murder, and here I am, Craig.
yeah, my name really is Craig.
How the fuck they know?
My name's Craig Creek, and I have been killing in the creek.
Yeah, they finally just
Murder.
nailed that, and like it's not even a cool. That's just Mr. Craig. That's me.
Oh, dude.
I'm Mr. Craig. That's my name.
Fuck, if I was Mr. Murder, that would be, I'd be too proud. That's how they'd get me. I'd have to tell someone. I'd have to be like, you hear Mr. Murder? That's me.
Like, I'm
come in-
and you'd be like, you would grow like 9 inches that day.
Yeah.
You'd be there. You're like, you have a neck, just like, oh, you'd be.
It's so funny to imagine
Cloud
coming into a
nine.
plumbing and being like, before we record, like, hey, dude, you see Mr. Murder? You know the name they give it to that serial killer that's killed 15 men and they haven't
Yeah.
caught him? That's me.
for real.
Jackson, what? Yeah, how cool?
mean-
I'm Mr. Murder.
They
Yeah, really. What do you mean?
I'm just gonna go call the police. Yeah, whatever, dude.
I
I
think
need to
they
just have a quick
Yeah,
call
dude,
to
whatever.
someone.
they
Mr.
need
fucking Murder.
to, if they're gonna give
Just
serial
like hit record.
Yeah.
So you were Mr. Yeah, go on.
I'm
and then
Mr.
I'll just
Murder.
be
I've
right
killed
back.
15 men,
Yeah,
dude.
You want to tell? So
Based
what
on
do
the
you
7
mean?
deadly sins and then a bunch of extra sins I made up for my murders. yeah.
Then do you have like
I
we can all
killed
just
the-
claim that we're Mr. Murder. Like, did you have like details that maybe only you and the police would know?
yeah,
Like,
heaps,
what do you
dude.
mean? Like,
Well, I could tell you the names and how they all died and stuff.
Yeah, like
stuff that
whether-
wouldn't be in police reports. Don't worry, dude.
yeah, no
Yeah,
worries,
yeah.
no worries.
Well, like when I killed the guy for Slenvy or just sloth and envy. I
So,
gotta
like,
be
you're,
honest.
Like,
when
are you
I,
envious about them being a like sloth?
no, it's
or
when
they-
you're really envious, but you're like just so lazy, you can't do anything about it. You know, like when you're envious of someone because they're like more successful than you, but you're like,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna do the work to get that successful.
and that person had that.
No, not really. That's just the kind of theme for their murder.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, so you weren't like hunting them down.
What I did is I picked another serial killer's kill, a famous one, and did a worse version of it. Yeah.
Like, you
And I
got-
wrote
yeah.
Slenvy on the wall
I'm
next
like
to him.
sloppy copycat.
Yeah, exactly. A sloppy cat. Yeah. I'm hoping they'll call me the sloppy cat killer.
Yeah, but-
Mr.
but-
Murder's great.
Yeah, I was going for sloppy cat.
Yeah.
but they got me. I got Mr. Murder.
I got
How
Mr. Murder,
fucking
so
cool
I'm,
is this?
I'm pretty happy about that.
You know what? I'd be pretty chuffed too for
Slen-
that. That's
Slenvy,
great, man. I'm glad that you
um,
I'm glad that you got Mr. Murder.
Every
like,
single-
sloppy cat.
Sloppy cat
That
would
would
have
be
been
bad.
pretty good.
Like, it's all right, but it's not good.
Yeah.
Mr. Murder though.
There's like pretty
Anyway.
much no
Time to call the
embarrassing
cops. Yeah.
serial killer names. And I think, like, hey, if you're gonna name a serial killer, don't give them a cool name.
Yeah, it is crazy
Although,
that we
like,
did that
there's
for
a couple
years.
of ones where it's like
They're like
ugh.
not so cool.
Do you know there's a serial killer called Joel the Ripper?
What the
Did
hell?
is his name Joel, or did he only murder Joel?
No, his name was Joel. He only murdered 17 women.
Only murder a Joel murder is so funny. Where you're leaving the function and I'm like,
Yeah.
you sure you're gonna be okay by yourself? The Joel murder is out
Although
there.
I will say that kind of worked because, like, to be a serial killer of 17 people in your lifetime and half of it happens in mine.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've never heard of this fucking cunt.
Yeah, you don't know
so
Joel the.
Joel the Ripper clearly maybe shit boring names work.
Maybe I should have been the sloppy cat killer, dude.
Yeah. Sloppy cat, I'm curious. Why? You know what I mean? Like, why are they called him
Yeah,
Sloppy
why?
Cat?
And then when you learn that it's because I've done the 7 deadly sins and then combined a bunch of extra sins to do, you know,
and then you're copying
amount
other
more
serial
murders.
killers, but
only
sloppily.
for Slenby.
Oh, only for Slenby.
There's a guy that sounds like that he's taken your name, Jackson, because there's liver eating Johnson.
Whoa, specific.
See, now, liver eating Johnson, I'm frightened of.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, Joel the Ripper.
Yeah.
That's like, hey,
That's scary.
That's scary. Jack the Ripper makes me think that maybe Joel the Ripper was maybe like in the turn of the century. Apparently not. But I'm like, weird that we went back. Liver eating Johnson.
Yeah, because you.
Well, I now know exactly what he's going to do.
Because you've been kidnapped by Joel the Ripper. You see a bunch of like newspaper articles on his wall that say Joel the Ripper strikes again. You go, I'm about to be murdered. You see liver eating Johnson strikes again. You go, oh, I know what's going. I know what's in fucking store for me.
I am going to be murdered. Yeah, but
it's
you're
going
to
to
eat my liver,
beforehand.
and I may or may not be aware of that happening.
Yeah. What if you see sloppy cat strikes again?
As I'm
You go,
tied
am I about
down.
to be sucked off? Is that what's going?
Am I getting sucked off in like the dark, or like am I getting sucked off on like a second-story building?
Yeah.
What is the fuck is going on?
And meanwhile, I'm writing on the wall behind you.
Glorath.
Glora.
What's that?
Glorath.
Like glutton and wrath.
GLWRAT. You know when you're so hungry and also angry?
You mean hangry?
Oh fuck, there is
Hungry
a word for that.
Are you have you tried just having an oak?
Hey brother, don't fucking you backseat driving my
I'm
killing
sorry.
of you.
Yeah.
Let me write.
Oh, you're right. That's hungry, thirsty.
Yeah.
Not,
Let me
sorry.
write wrath behind you.
Yeah, you did that. Hey,
Now,
well, is it Mars though? Have you had a Mars bar? No, it's Snickers.
Snickers.
Fuck, it's a
you know
Snickers.
you when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Maybe I kill you with a Snickers.
You
What
could do
if
that?
I am getting lazy with my murders, clearly.
Like, maybe the media should lean into just being like very vulgar and insulting to be like Pin Dick William is the name of this serial killer.
Why don't
And,
they
like,
do that?
Sex is like totally unrelated to their crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah, like
the horn dog killer.
I see what you mean. Like, so insult them to such a degree that the serial killer then is like
Gets
so
incensed.
pissed off they want to
They-
reveal
well,
themselves.
Well, yeah, it's like it's a Mr. Craig of the
Yeah,
Creep
yeah, yeah.
Killer.
or
No,
alternatively,
no.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, the more kills I do now, or the more crimes I commit, that's just gonna cement my like notoriety as Pin Dick William.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Or like
'Cause wasn't
fuck ugly.
Johnson.
I was trying really. Okay, so here's what happened in my head there.
Okay.
I almost said fuck ugly Johnson. I was like, no, we just had liver eating Johnson.
Yeah.
Then I almost said fuck ugly William. I was like, no, I just said William. And then I was looking at Jackson. I was like, fuck ugly Jackson. No, that's just pointed at my friend. And then I said nothing.
You got you.
Fuck ugly Bill.
Yeah. But yeah, because then you're like, there's no getting out of. I guess if that happened to you, you'd start to try and kill in
Loose
such a way.
asshole Liam.
Fuck.
How do we know?
Damn.
Dude, he's
just
leaving
do.
big
Shits everywhere.
just big loose shits.
Yeah, because it
You can
has
tell
been.
these fell out.
yeah.
Yeah, there has been serial killers where, isn't it like, they're like, oh, this is like a psychosexual thing or whatever
Yeah.
it is. And they're like, no,
No, it isn't.
no.
I just love killing, dude.
Or
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
psychosexual 'cause he's
clearly
got a
wants to
pin
fuck
dick.
his dad.
Yeah.
Crack.
Farting bird. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Farting bird strikes again. And then in all of my articles, I would describe the crime scene investigators be like, it smells so much like farts.
It smells
in
like
here."
Yeah,
farts.
it's like we clearly can tell either during or just after the murder, the person, the individual, had quite a lot of flatulence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a stinky crime scene.
Yeah.
Very.
And
He
it
appears
sounds
to have
like-
some kind of farting disease.
yeah, loves to just. We assume that the farts are making him horny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's obviously what it is. So
And was
Yeah.
he so frustrated of being horny for his own farts that he's killing?
Yeah, that's our leading theory currently.
And yet his dick is so pin dicked that he can't jack off.
yeah. So to get out his fart frustration,
He must kill.
he must kill.
So have you seen
Is it farting bird?
farting tiny dick Bert fuckwit?
Yeah. Is that it was
Known
if
for
you know,
being really ugly.
Yeah.
So if you know anyone like this, please just call the
call this number
hotline.
below.
And if this is you,
Oh, brother, fix your life.
well, speaking of fixing your life, do you reckon that if, like, you told a serial killer to know when to hold him and know when to fold him, know when to walk away and know when to run, is that good advice?
To a serial killer? Probably.
We don't know who you're giving the advice to.
I was gonna
That's the
say, like, I mean,
problem with
like
advice,
the
yeah.
gambler. It's a pretty good serial
The
killer.
gambler, that
and
is
if
a
the
good serial-
gambler, like the serial killer is like saying, well, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. It does it, have like another like a sinister edge now to his advice.
Well,
if
maybe-
you are the next Mark,
Yeah.
and
What
he's
about
telling us all this.
And this is kind of an inverse of what you're suggesting, but what about if Kenny Rogers the Gambler is a story about a man poisoning a man on the train with poisoned whiskey?
Okay. Do
Okay,
you want your
yes.
last words
Yeah.
to be life advice to the man who just poisoned you?
I mean, that's
where you
pretty
predict
good.
your own death.
Like
think that's
that's
awful.
wonderfully poignant.
that's- I mean, here's
imagine being the serial killer.
Yeah.
Imagine you've given him poison whiskey, and he's like, the best thing is to like.
Yeah, when he
die in
says
your
the
sleep.
best thing in life is to die, the only thing you can hope for is to die in your sleep, I'm like, he knows.
Yeah.
And then he closes his eyes and I go, he didn't know.
Well, because you go one of two ways, right? Depending on what serial killer you are.
Yeah.
One, you could just be like, I'm like, like the it's like the angel of death killers, where they like, well, I was doing a good thing.
Oh, that's
this
true. I was
person
putting him
wanted
out
to
of the
die.
misery, yeah.
Then they want to die in their sleep. And what I'm doing is actually a nice thing. And like he even said, good life, bad life doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is he's died, and I'm giving him what he
Yeah,
wants to die in his
exactly.
sleep. Or I'm so angry and furious because like I wanted to take something from I
Yeah.
wanted to watch the
He was
light
too ready
leave
for it,
his
dude.
Well,
eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, the narrator of the song
Yeah.
is like the gambler. As the gambler dies, he's like the gambler broke even.
Yeah,
Like he's like, yep, life stinks sometimes, life's good sometimes, and if you die in your sleep, fuck yeah. Anyway, good night.
He got his dream.
He
I
broke
think it's funny,
even.
like, we're saying,
It's
like,
not
that's,
that positive, not like or negative. It's just
it's
It's
you
a
break
thing
even.
that a man was alive and then he said peace and then he was no
he
longer.
died on a train.
Did the whiskey kill him?
I don't
mean,
know.
if he-
How
I
close
would've
to
been
death
like,
was the
fuck.
gambler already?
Like,
Is
yeah.
he so drunk that one swig of whiskey took him out of the...
maybe.
I might go throw up in the toilet because
Yeah,
I drank
that-
some of the whiskey too.
that-
Maybe it was off.
That might,
Yeah.
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 I was gonna say that might sober me up enough. Like, I guess I need to stop drinking and like
Yeah.
I'm such a problem drinker that I'm drinking on the train. Yeah, I should
and
stop
sharing
this.
it with strangers.
Yeah, I need to stop.
Drinking on the
stop
train, I
this
mean, drinking
now.
whiskey on the train, like
Yeah.
just out of the bottle, yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
not a great look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But drinking on a train?
Drinking a beer on the train.
Yeah, some trains give you beers. It's like drinking on a plane being a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Justice for drinking on
Some
things.
trains give you beers. He is right.
You are right.
Yeah.
But, it is like up in the sky. They can cut you off if you're drinking too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think you can bring a bottle of whiskey on a plane.
You
I mean, you
can't.
can't. I mean, well, what's duty free then?
Yeah, it was duty free.
The duty free, they seal it up and they put it in a special bag and they say, you better not fucking drink this.
What if I do?
I think it's
What if
meant-
I cause a big problem?
Commit sky crimes, become a hassle.
Yeah, what do you think about
Go
that?
get on the no-fly list.
What if I become a consistent nuisance on this 21-hour flight?
Oh, that's allowed then. That's fine.
Okay, as long as you let them know beforehand. When they take your boarding pass, you go, oh, just by the way, I'm gonna be a nightmare on this
Just a
plane.
real big.
I got heaps of problems.
Oh, you get a fear of flying?
No.
No, I love flying. I'm
I'm just generally unpleasant to
Oh,
be
yeah,
around.
yeah.
to be
I
a
just-
nuisance.
Just letting you know.
I'm a big
You know-
fan of being a nuisance.
Do you hear about Mr. Murder? The sloppy cat killer?
That's me.
This guy.
That's me.
Okay,
Anyway, I'll
just
see
letting you
you
know.
later.
Don't know if it's a good idea to admit to being a murderer before you go on a plane.
Well, I think if you
That's
say
a great
it-
way to get duct taped to the seat.
Or it's
Or-
a great way to get, as you land, get escorted by the cops.
Hey, thanks for landing. Then the pilot opens the door and said, hey guys, we landed, then pulls out a gun and shoots.
And just as I've said, the only thing you can hope for is to be shot by a pilot. Yeah, So that's hey, in this life,
so prolific.
every hand's a loser and every hand's a winner, and the only thing you can hope for is to be shot in the head by a pilot on
Yeah.
a plane.
Bang.
It's funny about
knew.
Yeah, the gambler having that prescience about how he dies is funny to me. Like, the only thing you can hope for is to die in a train crash and then falls asleep. What?
Huh.
Wake up. Wake up, Kenny Rogers, the gambler.
Yeah, so what if the gambler is the serial killer here?
Yeah.
And he's basically giving this, is there enough here where it could be potentially threatening
Okay. Let me
protagonist
grab the
here.
lyrics up to have a
so that it's kind of
have a look. Let's have
thankfully
a-
this man died in his
Yeah,
sleep.
thank goodness. Okay.
Because otherwise I'm the next target.
Son, I made a life out of reading people's faces and
Okay.
knowing what the cards say by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice.
So out of aces, like you're out of life. you
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
you're
mean?
out of aces. You've come
This-
to
this
the end of
person
the
is
ride.
I'm going to give you some advice because you are not long for this world.
And then he says, if you're going to play the game, he takes a swig of whiskey,
Okay.
bums a cigarette.
Yep.
If you're going to play the game, boy, you got to learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run.
There, that's the clue.
Yeah.
Because
He's telling you,
he's
walk
telling
away.
you. He's telling you not to
Run.
walk away, run. Because, depends if you want to look at the previous, what we did before this, this
Yeah.
the new starters canon or not.
Yeah.
I consider it an Elseworld.
Or an Elseworld.
Well, I mean, like,
yeah.
Are we so deep in a good version of the bad episode we started with that we just simply take the intro of the first episode?
Well,
and then
I
we just
think-
cut this part in.
I just don't think you can. I think it's so entwined that we need to.
And to go meta plumbing on you.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
no, we can't.
This episode is not a good version,
No.
but it's a funny episode.
Yeah.
But mostly we've talked about serial killers. You know,
Yes.
if this was the whole episode,
People would be like,
oh, it's one of those ones where they don't really pay attention to the topic.
Oh yeah, that's true
Yeah.
because we've already spoken about the lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
So to either go back to like say what someone has previously said, or a new idea now. The idea of him saying like, you got to know when to walk away, you know when to run. Now, know when to run is a really weird thing to say if it's like we're talking about like life advice.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor. You're like, okay, fair enough. Something you need to just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But if it's advice about like how you play a game of cards.
Yeah.
It's weird to just run away from a game of cards.
Yeah.
You know when to walk away because everything's like fair enough.
What he should have
to
said
run,
is
though,
to-
now we're talking,
Yeah,
he's threatening
now
me.
it's
This is serial
scary.
kill. I'm frightened.
And then when he goes on to say, every gambler knows that the secret to surviving, that again makes me think he's going to kill me.
he's hunting me.
Because why didn't he say, not know when to walk away, know when to run, but know when to stay at the table, know when to run. That feels like what he meant to say.
Yeah.
Because walking away and running away,
They're
kind of the
basically-
same
well,
thing.
the same thing. Although walking away is to know to be like, when you're walking away, usually it's like, well, I'm done. And if I keep staying here, like, I will keep, maybe it's like, if I keep staying here, I'm going to be the problem. I'm going to keep sending that, I'm going to keep losing money, whatever. But knowing when to run is like, external forces are the problem. And I need to get away
that's
from
true.
here, right?
I got to get out of here.
Which is, I guess, like the metaphorical way of looking at it. But if we're talking in terms of gambling,
crazy advice. It's crazy
unless
advice.
you are cheating and you're about to get your legs broke.
It's like he's imagining you can have a bad hand, and then you can have a hand that's so bad you need to flee the casino. Ah! Like it's showing you how you're gonna die on the cards or something,
So yeah, again, like that's terrifying. He's threatening me about survival.
Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep, because every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser.
knowing what to keep, he's keeping keepsakes.
Yeah, exactly. He's keeping
Like a
locks of
serial
hair
killer.
or something.
Yeah.
The best you can hope for is to die in your sleep. Yeah, if he says that to me, I'm like, this man's gonna kill me. And then
Yeah.
when he dies in his sleep, I go,
he's gonna-
oh.
Did I accidentally switch the whiskeys and he drank
Did
the one that he clearly poisoned? Is this what happened?
But it's my whiskey.
How do you do it?
How did he poison my
Well,
whiskey?
I would assume we
Sleight
had
of hand.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Sleight of hand, and I then I fucked up, or he fucked up and went for the wrong one.
To nail sleight of hand so well that you don't notice slipping something in someone's drink, to fuck up so bad you drink the wrong one.
You probably don't
yeah.
get many poisoners with ADHD for that reason. Where you look back at it and you go, fuck, which one was
wait,
it?
hang
It's
on.
crazy. I mean, look, this
Uh-oh.
might be a outlandish claim,
Yeah.
but I feel like poisoning, big way to kill someone in Shakespeare times.
Yeah.
Poisoning now, kind of back.
Yeah, dude, back mushroom lady?
Yeah.
Dude, poisoning's huge again.
Yeah, poisoning, it's back in vogue.
Poisoning, I get it as a serial killing way because it feels like you can do it just right so you don't get caught.
I see it as a one-off.
Yeah.
I don't think you can serial
Sorry,
kill
not
it.
a serial kill. Like, it's just a means of murder.
Yeah.
Because stabbing someone, I mean, there's so many complications. But if I get the right chemicals,
If you poison someone in a way where they don't die immediately,
Yeah.
you don't need to dispose of the body.
Exactly, dude.
Let them wander around wherever they're going.
Fall in that creek.
Yeah,
Fingers
exactly.
crossed, they're driving a car, drive
Yeah.
off a bridge
Then
or
it's just
something.
a crash, and then hopefully they don't do toxicology.
Why would they ever do an
Ever
autopsy
do that.
for a car crash?
They would never.
A toxology report for someone operating a vehicle where they
Clearly.
made an insane decision and died?
Yeah. Seems like they lost consciousness on the road. What
Oh,
the
they
fuck?
probably just had a cold.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Bury them, cremate them straight away, I reckon.
Cremate them. Don't do it. Toxicology.
What do you mean you're gonna do a report? You should do a report.
So could you please leave the police station?
No. Are you cremating my friend?
I'm not done here.
Hey,
just
the
don't-
family have said this is a tragic loss and we'd love to cremate the body straight away. Sure, are you family? Yeah.
I'm a family adjacent.
Um,
I'm a friend to the family.
I'm family-ish.
He
do you
often...
believe, officer, do you believe in found family? I think that can be stronger than biological family. Are you part of this person's found family?
Either
Well,
way.
we can't ask, can we?
Yeah, don't be
Are
improper.
who you asking me? Yes.
Yeah, yes.
If you're
yes.
asking me, yes. If you're asking anyone else, no.
But they are grieving.
But, yeah,
they
but
are
they're-
sad.
Yeah,
but they're
and also,
not here.
we were a secret found family.
yeah, we were like a forbidden family.
We were lovers.
Yeah.
We were lovers.
We were
actually.
lovers.
Yeah, you
That
can't
works.
see
That's
my
the
phone
one.
or tell my wife.
Yeah. Yeah. So as his next of kin, we would
I'll be-
love to cremate that
Cremate
body.
him. Dude, sweet, honestly. Honestly, you want me to do it?
I'll do it. I'm
I'm
gonna
here.
get the gas.
I'm
I'll get
here,
the
so
gasoline.
I'll
It's
just
fine, it's
do it
fine,
really
it's fine,
quickly.
yeah.
Yeah. Seems like the move. You just
Yeah.
don't want to do what the mushroom lady did, where your Google history is full of how to poison people.
How to kill with mushrooms.
Yeah, how to kill with mushrooms, legitimately,
Yeah,
and then there's
yes.
photos of you. This is the craziest thing. Mushroom lady aside, this is the craziest thing she did to me. So she dehydrated the mushrooms that she used to poison her family.
And she said, I don't have a dehydrator, and then there's footage of her at the tip throwing the
Yeah,
dehydrator
why
in
did
the
she
dip.
film herself throwing away the? She took a photo of her dehydrator at the tip.
Did she, or was it security camera
No, it's
footage?
her photo.
Are you what? That's insane.
It's crazy, dude. I'm
Maybe
pretty
she
sure it
wanted
was her, at
document.
least. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it
Hang
was her. I thought she or because it was like the kind of thing where it was like the
Hey,
most
what are you up to
obvious.
today? You won't believe. Click.
Yeah,
Throwing away some junk.
delete the photo, lady. If you're gonna poison,
Don't take the photo.
Well,
lady.
Yeah.
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 Was it security footage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. Maybe it's there was something where it was like, why didn't she delete this? Maybe it's search engine stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. And poisoning, yeah, it seems like probably the way to go.
Oh, yeah, she said she didn't have a dehydrator, and it's like, oh, yeah, the lying was like, why did you say you didn't have a dehydrator? That's not the suspicious bit.
yeah,
but now
yeah.
it's suspicious,
Yeah.
'cause-
You did.
and how'd you make them?
Yeah. And what state were the mushrooms in?
And
when
why did you throw the dehydrator in the tip?
And why did you frequent this mushroom forum? What was that about?
How to kill with mushrooms.org.
Yeah. Pretty much.
.gov.org. The government wants you to kill with mushrooms.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense to me, dude.
Which
What
is
else?
two problems. Less people, less,
Less
mushrooms.
yeah.
Dogs might fight them. That's
Cycle
bad.
of life or
Yeah.
whatever.
Life, dude. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mushrooms can kill and they can heal. You know, that's cool about
What do
the
they
mushroom.
heal?
Well, it's,
Hunger?
mushrooms
Got
are good
me
to
there.
eat. Yeah.
Got me. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, so I guess if the gambler was a serial killer, like he's definitely there's some
There's some
bits and pieces
sinister
there,
language
whereas
in
like
it,
yeah,
is
Yeah.
what he's saying.
it is quite sinister. Like sometimes like the running, the surviving, the dying in your sleep. I'm like, okay, I'm about to get killed.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think, oh, well, that was easy.
He died himself,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
Now.
because now it would be like, like it's crazy. He says is that
Yeah.
dying in your sleep, and then he fell asleep and died. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I dodged a bullet,
Yeah.
and I don't know
I
how.
narrowly missed
I
my own death.
and I would think he poisoned the whiskey. I would probably throw away that rest of that whiskey, and then I would never tell a living soul, and I would walk off into the sunset.
It's just
And
it's-
retire.
Yeah.
retire.
It's just so funny him saying, well, the only thing you can count on is to die in your sleep, and then he falls asleep and you're just like sitting there like, wow, man, that's so poignant. And then like a couple of hours go by and you're like, no way.
Well, you
No
want to hear something
way.
crazy, and this is like a legitimate belief I have.
yeah.
This happens on a Train, as we know. It's like kind of adventurous and like romantic, not in like the horny sense.
No, but like it's romantic.
romanticized.
Yeah, sure.
If this happens on a plane, horrible.
Yes, dude. And you'll sit like this, and the gambler leans over and he's like, "Hey, give me some of your whiskey, and I'll give you some advice." And you go, "Jesus Christ, I'm trying to watch fucking
Also, you're like,
Thunderbirds."
you're an economy, and like you just hearing the roar of the fucking plane.
Hey, no one to hold him, no one to fold
That's how
him.
you play poker,
Sorry,
guy.
Hey, good night.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to play poker? All right.
Then the flight attendant comes up, puts a blanket over him. You can just smell as he's shit his pants.
I think is he cold?
He's really chilly. And then
And
the
his
flight
heart's not beating, he's not breathing. He
the
must
flight
be
attendant said, what
really
was the last
cold.
thing he said? And you go, he's just fucking mumbling,
Yeah.
dude. The Seeker's his kid. The Seeker's just surviving.
Can you move him? He shit his pants because he died.
so callous. Can you move this fucking sack of shit? Okay.
This guy's stinky. I hate him.
Okay, if a stranger dies next to you on a plane, is your number one request not, I wish this guy was dead somewhere else?
What do they do?
They literally just put a blanket over
No,
him.
but I mean, so if I know he's dead, is the flight attendant just
They'd
like,
probably move you.
okay, I was gonna say.
If you knew that they were dead,
they would probably move you. Yeah.
Well, I think I would find out when he's dead because, like, you know, when you're on a flight and they come by with like the food or whatever.
What do you want, bud?
Yeah. You hungry, dude? You hungry?
his head
Still
just rolls back, tongue falls out.
sleeping?
Not like open out of his mouth, not like falls out.
I don't know what that is.
I guess he can't reply anymore because he's lost his tongue.
I guess he had one of them fake tongues, maybe.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Do you think plane is bad? Is bus worse?
No, plane's worse.
Plane is the worst one for you?
Bus is worse than train.
Bus, I'm scared for my life more, I think. For some reason.
I'm drinking whiskey on a bus. Things have gone.
Because you could be drinking whiskey
wrong.
on a plane in a way that's, you know.
Whiskey on a plane is okay. Whiskey on a train, okay. I'm thinking like a metro train, bad, but no. What if it's like a cross country kind of
course.
train? That's fine.
You're in the
For
dining
a bus,
car.
it's not like a regular. It's not like a public bus. It's a coach.
Okay.
Okay, so because you got to think like where it's acceptable to be in this like thing for a long time, and we're having maybe a little bit of a sniff of whiskey. Why not?
It's like one of those like 10-day, like it's like not a 10-day, you know what I mean? Like a
overnight coach,
overnight multi-day trip.
Where we're going somewhere, you're going by coach.
Sure.
All those big.
And you're like, today I'm just gonna get hammered on the bus.
Why not?
Guy sits next to you, goes,
Yeah,
"Can I have
right.
some of your whiskey? I'll give you some advice." You go,
Okay.
"Okay."
Yeah. I think coach.
I guess. I think actually there's no scenario in which I give the gambler whiskey.
I'm giving whiskey every single time. Coach to me is the worst. Then it is train. Then it's plane. Then it is train. I think bus is the worst.
Nah, plane's worse for me. Train, bus I'm fine with. Well, I'm not. Someone asking me for alcohol on the bus is the most natural experience for that to happen. And if I'm drinking whiskey on the bus, I'm just assuming that for some reason I got done for drunk driving and
I'm doing anything about it.
I was
You're
like,
well, I'm not going to stop drinking.
well,
and I
now
need to
I
get
mean,
around.
like the embarrassment of saying, "Yeah, I got a DUI and now I can't drive anymore." I'm like, "Fuck it, I'll just make people feel bad for me instead." Time to lean in.
Yeah, nice.
I just feel that like on a plane, I get to go where I still get to my destination. On a train, that's the same.
Yeah.
On a bus, there's a responsibility for me to now tell the bus driver.
Yeah.
And now that's my day.
It's more
my day is
enclosed.
I no longer get to enjoy a day at the beach. I'm now.
You got to deal with.
I got to
the
deal with.
gambler.
This is now my responsibility.
Because the difference
There's
is-
going to be cops are going to come.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give a statement.
Oh,
I'm going to have
fuck,
to
dude.
on a plane.
What if-
I'm like something just happened? This person
Hey.
passed
Yeah.
away on a
Train,
Buses?
on a train. I'm off in the wind.
Yeah.
There's no. I can leave.
That's
Buses stop frequently.
You just get off.
Just get off. Get the next bus.
But
that bus, none of
now
your
it's
business.
suspicious on me.
No,
Yeah.
the
Do
guy
you
was
think-
giving you bad vibes and fell
A
asleep.
coach is because it's not big enough that you can just like disappear into the ether
You can
here.
disappear. You've never caught a bus.
You can on a
You
coach. You just go to
disappear.
the toilet.
I'm talking
and
the coach, man. Like
like a
it's-
2-day trip
like-
through Spain or some shit.
Yeah, like a coach. Yeah, there's
Hide in the toilet.
Yes.
Move seats.
Hey, can I swap with you?
Can I just?
The guy next to me is
just dead.
dead.
he's fucking cactus.
What do you think?
You know, like when guys
he's fucking
die.
cactus.
You know,
I'm just waiting for that moment where he shits his pants. I know what's coming.
I
You know,
guess.
being alive.
Yeah, he's
that
stopped
guy's not it anymore. So
Do you want to say he's really good to sit next to if you like stillness?
if you want a quieter seat. I think
just do
about
a switch?
because, like, for me, if he was like, "Hey, man, if you give me some of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice," I would say, "I don't need the advice, but you can have some whiskey."
Yeah.
And then we sit in silence, and he
Yeah.
dies.
Or it's like, you don't need to give me advice, but you could have a chat.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to talk to a stranger on the plane or the bus or a train.
You don't want to talk to anyone most of the time.
Exactly. But if he goes, but like the death that happens to the gambler, are we just sitting in silence?
I don't mind talking to a stranger in a situation. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
train, freedom to move. You're not locked into that conversation. Plane and actually plane most, which is probably why I hate it the most.
Yeah.
I don't mind talking to a stranger, but if I'm locked in a position where I can't opt out.
Yeah, exactly.
Guy next to me on the plane starts talking to me, I'm done.
At least
That's
in
what
the
I'm
train
saying,
you can.
like-
My trip to Cairns ruined.
In terms of talking to strangers, bus to me is the best, then it is train, and then it is plane.
I get that. Bus, more frequent stops.
Yeah, exactly.
More
Yeah.
opportunity to leave. Train, you can pull the trick. I've never done it, but this just came to me.
Press emergency exit, jump out.
This is my stop!
Just jumping out into the wilderness. No, I was imagining you go on like a metro train.
Yeah.
You go, oh, this is my stop. Get out and run into the next carriage.
Classic.
This is my stop. Get out of the next carriage. It's the same carriage.
Yeah.
Just a
Fuck!
couple of,
Oh, I took the wrong turn. My next stop I should get off though.
Do you reckon in that situation, socially, you can sit in a different seat?
I reckon, yes, but you got to make sure that seat, because trains have seats facing both ways.
Yeah.
You got to pick a seat so your back is to the where you were originally.
no, then I'm scared he's going to brick me.
Well, you don't want to sit and just be looking at him, and he's looking at you like, what the hell?
You were boring.
You were boring, and I didn't want to talk to you.
You were frightening and reeked of piss and piss. Piss, booze,
Yeah.
but piss and urine.
Yeah.
So I tried to get into the next carriage, but got turned
I
around.
fucked that up. Remember, I'm also drinking the whiskey.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You got my whiskey?
Fuck.
Guess back.
Hey.
Oh, wait. No, it's just my whiskey. Never mind. You drink.
Okay.
You drink.
And then he goes, what the? He gets over it.
And then I say, good,
I'm glad he's dead, everyone.
clap. Try and get everyone to stand up on the train and clap for a man dying.
That's a powerful move. Do you think we saved the episode?
I reckon we definitely did. I think so.
I think we're gonna give the listeners an episode that they'll say, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
Some you do a weird one every,
After
50 odd.
600 and so episodes, they should be better at doing their own podcast where it doesn't come grinding to a halt. Then they have to basically start again mid-episode.
Well,
if they are going to
in
start
their
again,
defense, though, they knew it was bad.
Yeah.
And so they put those brakes on.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they gave us this.
We knew when to hold them,
And we knew when to fold them.
but
Yeah.
not really. 'Cause
we did put good money off the. Well, no, we put bad money off the bad.
Yeah.
and then it.
Because if we were truly following the gambler's advice, this is what would have happened. 5, maybe 10 minutes in, I
We
would've said,
abandoned the episode
Hey,
and-
this isn't working. Let's do another one. But we didn't do that, and I think that's what makes us the greatest
than the
podcast
gambler.
that ever existed.
And that's why he's dead and we're alive.
So I guess by us doing that, did we?
We proved that the gambler's advice isn't applicable to us.
Yeah.
Know
That's
when to
all we
hold
know.
them? No.
No.
Know when to fold them? No.
Yeah, die in your sleep? Definitely not.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna die.
Hang gliding accident. Hang gliding accident. Hang gliding accident.
Brother, I don't
Three
know.
different kinds.
I don't know a lot about life, but I can tell you that I'm gonna die screaming.
Yeah. It's really sad. Like, that my good friend Jackson died from a hang gliding accident. So, in this 1 year anniversary. To commiserate
honor.
or celebrate his death. I too am going hang gliding.
It's so sad that my good friend Jackson Bailey died fucking a hang glider.
That's awesome. The way I imagined I died is that somehow I had like a rope tied around my neck and the bar, and then as I did the lift off, I slipped and hanged myself, and then the hang glider was just flying with me hanging from the noose.
Oh, what a cool view!
Just flying through the sky, and they're like, "That's gonna take a while to land." And
That's so pretty.
wow.
Wow.
Well, when's Jackson gonna land? You see it coming down to land in the field, and you're like, something's really
Like, what
wrong.
if
You're being
Your
just
body would
dragged.
just get like caught in a tree.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you reckon he's
beautiful.
okay? No.
No, I think he's dead.
I say, every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser. The only thing
Guess
you can
so.
counter is to be hanged by a hang glider by the neck till dead.
Oh, hang glider.
Oh, now it makes
Do you think
sense.
the
dude.
inventor's happy about this?
I
Yeah.
guess he really did know when to fold them, huh?
And then it kills you, Dusha, by I land on top of you and snap your neck, and Zamet's allergic. Oh my god, my tooth rattled my neck!
Oh, my neck is so fat.
What the hell?
Where's it every time?
I'm allergic to hang gliders! Rest in
What
peace,
the
Plummy.
hell?
What the hell? Has ever happened before? Has anyone been alive with alcohol?
What the hell?
What the hell?
Man, my neck's so thick and
the
tight. My neck's hot. What the hell?
Coroner reports is like, well, he stepped on a poisonous frog,
But
but he God, he died how he lived.
I guess he just earned
Dumb as fuck.
He's earned 2 runs killed by a hang glider, so he was, you
Let's just write these 3 guys off as missing, presumed dead. It's easier for their families that way.
Yeah. They can hold out some hope that they will die normal.
Yeah, died normal with exposure.
yeah.
Hey, yes, Mr. and Mrs. Bailey, Mr. and Mrs. Douche,
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Zamet, there's some horrible news. I mean, yeah, horrible news. You know, you look,
Your sons
your
died.
sons did die, but on the bright side, they did die of exposure.
Yeah.
So
Normal.
you'll, normal style. So, you know,
Meanwhile, somehow there's like a big shallow grave that has all 3 of us in it.
And a hang glider.
And a hang glider too. Yeah. They change nothing. You've got the point of hang glider through your head. Zamet's a big bloated mess, and I died first.
Yeah.
I died so much earlier than the rest of you.
so much.
As I'm struggling with it, oh, this doesn't kill Zamet and Dusha too.
I know he's allergic to
God, I hope one of us dies normal.
God.
Jeez. Obviously, it wasn't going to be me, but maybe Zamet. No, he was allergic.
Well,
On that note, I guess.
yeah. I've been Joe.
I've been Jackson.
I've also been Joel. Let us know. Did we save it?
Did we save it? Was this a
Yeah.
good episode?
Yeah.
Chuck it in the fucking comments.
Now,
dude.
if you're listening, and let us know in particular when you got to 15 minutes and you said, this one's not very good. What?
Yeah.
It's got another hour?
Yeah.
How do they pull an hour out of yelling at Jackson? I mean, I believe they could do it, but
They've built a career out of that.
yeah, exactly. But
Jackson says, what if I fuck a dog? And we go, you can't fuck a dog. And then Zamet goes, well,
Well, he can.
that's
I'm
trade secrets you're giving away there.
I'm not happy about it, but like, you know.
and I go, what's wrong with my friends?
If somebody
He
wanted
said
to,
it was like it had sentience
yeah,
or whatever.
it's an alive
And then
dog.
I go say, I'm going to make love to a beautiful human woman instead of fucking a dog.
and I
That's
say,
cool. And like, I
boring,
said-
dude.
Yeah.
And I
Dog
say,
lives all the way there.
Yeah.
And then you say, well, you
well,
can do that
no,
too.
I say it sucks that we have to clarify human, but
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
we do.
That's the
Yeah.
podcast we built, dude.
Yeah.
Good
Yes.
money off the bat. Good night.